This is MacVoices TV. Welcome to MacVoices TV. This is the Talk of the Mac community, and I'm Chuck Joyner. And I'm happy to welcome back to MacVoices TV Tim Angel, the president and CEO of ZooGue, to talk about their latest offerings for iPad owners. Tim, it's great to have you back on MacVoices TV. Thanks for coming.
Great to be here, Chuck. How you doing?
I'm doing good. We haven't seen each other since Macworld, but you guys have been busy. I have in my hot little hand where my iPad 2 lives, the ZooGue case, which I absolutely, and I don't mind telling you, this is where it is. This is where it stays pretty much. But we've talked about that on the show. This time we're here to talk about, and I have one of these in my hands too, the BinderPad, which I thought was a really interesting idea for an iPad. And I'll let you tell everyone about it.
Well, basically, I didn't want to come up with, like the same cases like everyone else, so I tried to make my cases really different because I knew there's going to be, a lot of cases out there, different and useful at the same time. So for the BinderPad case, it's basically to go after, the crowd, like students, they can just pop it right into their binder, and it's super easy, to carry, so they can carry it with their notes, and have everything in one binder. So it's just, a simple idea, but it's really convenient, for students or for lawyers that use binders. And so.
Well, Tim, I listened to other people talk about their cases and the problems they have and the things they like about them. One thing that strikes me about the ZooGue cases, all the options are that the iPads really have it's virtually impossible for them to fall out of these cases. There's in there the design, not just necessarily by strapping them in with Velcro or something, just the design holds them in. And I think that's really important in a binder situation where you're not quite as aware of maybe the orientation of it as you're carrying it.
Right. Yeah, the Velcro that holds the iPad in holds it in really securely. And, funny story about that, when I was first making the first case at the factory, they kept telling me that I didn't need any kind of strap to hold it in there, and anyways, after arguing with them for a little bit, we ended up adding the Velcro strap to it. But, yeah.
I'm curious, do you see this just for the student market? Because, it's been a little while, couple years since I've been in school, and I just wonder how kids are taking their iPads to school. Do they still need a binder, or do you think that things have moved paperless to the point that maybe the regular ZooGue case is a better option?
Well, I think it would be awesome if everything could be paperless, but unfortunately, it's moving kind of slowly. So a lot of the textbooks aren't on the iPad, or a lot of the teachers are going to pass out worksheets, or instead of just, sending it by email or sending it to your iPad. So in the future, I can see to where, you wouldn't use the BinderPad as much, but I think it's going to be years, before they have everything synchronized to where all you need is your iPad. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah, another place I thought might be good for this is project management. People that want to take iPads into the field, but maybe they also need to take paper. Maybe they need to take some extra equipment. This just seems ideal because now I'm not. You aren't making the decisions for me about what I can or can't take with me. You're just addressing holding the iPad in place and let me figure out the rest for myself.
Right. Yeah, I mean, basically, there's millions of 3-ring binders out there, and the cool thing about it is that any 3-ring binder that somebody has, as long as it's like an inch or bigger, you can just pop it right in, so it makes it really, really simple and universal.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that this is a feature of this, but it also gives you the option for some camouflage for an iPad so that you don't have to necessarily be walking around flashing an iPad case. This way you can take it in a little less obtrusively so that you have it, but you don't have to worry about everybody in the world knowing that you have it.
Exactly. And Gizmodo did a write-up about how kids would want this case because they can hide their iPad in their binder from their teacher.
Excuse me.
So it's
Didn't quite think about it that way.
yeah, me neither. But that's what their article was about.
What is the binder pad go for?
$29.99 is the retail price.
Okay, and obviously that's from ZooGue or from, I think they're available on Amazon too.
No, they're not on Amazon. Basically, the binder pad is ZooGue.com.
Okay, but the regular ZooGue case can be found on.
Yeah, the regular ZooGue case can be found on a bunch of different online websites. So, yeah.
How about you also added a little something to the ZooGue case that I haven't gotten yet, and that's the Earphone Wrap, which this is another cool little idea that lets me take my earphones along, and I can't quite endorse it because I don't have my hands on one, but it looks like it's simple. It just lets me wrap up the earphones, stick them on my iPad, but also I don't have to, and I can take it off pretty easily as well.
Right. Yeah, I came up with that pretty much probably about a year ago, and I just kept refining it, and it just wasn't good enough, and then finally I finished it not too long ago, and then we released it. But we kind of just give it away free. We just charge shipping and handling, which I think is like $199 or something like that. So we do give it away free, and it's an awesome, if you use earphones or a stylus, it's perfect for it. You don't have to wrap your earphones around your iPad to where you can't open your iPad. You can still open your iPad and put it at any angle, and your earphones or stylus will be right on the side of it. So it's a good addition to it.
Tim, when you and I first met at Macworld, and I got a review copy of the case, I added it to the pile, and and lived. You move through cases, you find things you like, you don't like, but I really got stuck on the ZooGue case, and the listeners have and viewers have seen and heard me talk about it several times now. It does something that very few other cases do. It lets me pick my angle, not from presets of 3 or 4 or 5, but really at any angle, so that no matter where I am, whether I'm trying to, watch something or clear out some email while eating dinner on the road, or sitting in bed using it, or on the sofa or whatever, I can adjust it exactly the way I want. It seems like such a simple idea, and yet not everybody, but most of the cases try to force you into something that they've decided. That to me is where this case really, really shines.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's definitely our big edge compared to all the other cases out there, and yeah, it's just nothing else can. It's amazing how there's so many cases out there right now, and the ZooGue case is still the only one that can be adjusted to any angle, securely. Some of the other ones have a good amount of angles, but then if you move a little bit and it'll fall over, or it's just it's not stable, you don't feel secure with that angle.
And I'll put links in the show notes to our interview from Macworld, but you were really making that point, as I recall, by sort of dribbling the iPad in the ZooGue case there, which it's a good gimmick, but it really shows off just how sturdy a platform you make the iPad, and the ZooGue case, just the ones I've used, they haven't worn out. It's not like that goes away as it gets worn in. It just stays exactly there. Right.
Yeah. That was a $5 laundry basket thing, or rack that I used to dribble the. Yeah, that demo took me a while to find, but I finally found it. It's pretty funny.
Well, there seems to be a theme developing. At Macworld, you were dressed in all white. Here, it looks like you're in all black. So, what will it be the next time we see each other?
Well, no, actually, I've just been constantly working today. So I was just have a T-shirt on right now, but still our colors are white and we did change from before we had green, if you remember. Now it's orange. We tried to create more of an identity. We redid the website recently, you know. So yeah.
Well, I just hope you keep going, because I like the idea that you don't try to be everything to everyone. You pick a couple key characteristics for each product. You say, this is it. We think it works for a lot of people, and if it does, great, and if not, you know, no problem, go somewhere else. But I've tried a lot of cases, Tim, and this is the one, I really mean it, where my iPad lives. And folks, if you need an iPad case, if you haven't figured it out yet, definitely give the ZooGue a try. You will not be disappointed.
I agree.
What's the website for those who want to go and pick this up just because you and I have said it's so wonderful?
Would be ZooGue.com. That's ZOOGUE.com.
And as always, folks, I'll have links in the show notes so you can go right there and pick up a ZooGue for yourself. And let me know what your favorite iPad case is. I'm curious. If you like something better than ZooGue, let me know, and let me know why, because I can't figure out why. It's I took my Apple supplied cover off a long time ago. Tim, it's great to see you. I hope to be talking to you the next time you bring out the next cool product, and hopefully to see you again at Macworld.
All right, thanks, Chuck.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Folks, MacVoicesTV is the talk of the Mac community. Please check out the website. Again, we'll have links in the show notes to everything. To follow me on Twitter, follow me on Google+, see what else is going on with the MacVoices group. Until the next time, thanks for watching. MacVoicesTV is part of the MacVoices group and a member of Mac Level 10.